A second way that you can multiply polynomials is by a method called the box method. So here you can see that we're multiplying 2x squared plus 3x minus 4 times the quantity x minus 5. So based on what types of polynomials you're multiplying, that's going to determine what size box you need to draw. So here we have a trinomial times a binomial. So you either need a box that has 3 columns and 2 rows, or 3 rows and 2 columns. Either one will work. So since we have 3 columns, I'm going to label the tops of the 3 columns with the 3 terms that make up the trinomial. So I'm going to have 2x squared here, plus 3x here, and minus 4. And then the binomial is going to be the labels for our rows. So x and then minus 5. We know that when you're taking the area of a rectangle, if this is the side 3 and this is the side 2, we know the area would be 6 because you multiply length times width to get 6. So here, I'm essentially asking you what is the area of each of these boxes. But really, all of this is a way of organizing all of the work necessary in multiplying polynomials. We always want to make sure that every term in this polynomial is multiplied by every term in this polynomial, and the box helps us to do that because 2x squared will get multiplied by both x and negative 5. 3x will be multiplied by x and negative 5, and then negative 4 will be multiplied by both as well. So we're going to fill this out by multiplying the two sides of that individual box. So this is side 2x squared, and this is the side of x. So 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. Positive 3x times x. So this box is going to be a positive 3x squared. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Here we're multiplying 2x squared times negative 5, so that's going to be negative 10x squared. 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x, and negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. So I can see that within this box we have some things that are like terms. So like we have negative 10x squared plus 3x squared. Those can be combined. We also have negative 15x and negative 4x that can be combined. So our final answer, we have 2x cubed. Negative 10x squared plus 3x squared is minus 7x squared. Negative 15x minus 4 more is going to be negative 19x. And then you have plus 20. When you're multiplying your polynomials, you just have to make sure that you choose the appropriate size box. So for instance, here we have a binomial times a binomial, which means you're going to need 2 rows and 2 columns. It doesn't matter which one is going on the top of the columns and which one's going to the left of the rows. So if you want the x and the minus 4 to be up here, that would just mean that you have to do 2x and minus 7 here. But they could be flip-flopped, and you could have 2x minus 7 here and x minus 4 here. So 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times negative 4 is negative 8x. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. And negative 7 times negative 4 is positive 28. Combining our like terms of negative 7x and negative 8x, our final answer would be 2x squared minus 15x plus 28. We'll do one more example. So here we have a binomial times a trinomial. So in this case, I'm going to make it so that the trinomial goes across the top just because I have a little bit more room that direction. So I would put the x plus 3 here, and then 2x squared minus 5x plus 3 across the top. So filling this in, 2x squared times x is 2x cubed. Negative 5x times x is negative 5x squared. 3 times x is positive 3x. 2x squared times 3 is positive 6x squared. Negative 5x times 3 is negative 15x. And 3 times 3 is positive 9. In combining like terms, I could see we have 2x cubed. Our x squared terms, we have a positive 6 and a negative 5, which is a positive 1x squared. Negative 15x plus 3x's is negative 12x, and then plus 9.